As a documentary filmmaker, chicken farms
Mm-hmm.
are very serious about not having any kind of recording devices around there.
Never. And,
You
and
know,
it's not that they're abusing the chickens. And I want
Yeah.
to say that again. America is about growing as much food as possible. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Okay. But here it is, Amito. Are you aware that 40% of all the food that is grown, either raised for meat, raised for eggs, or produce and things like that, 40% of all the food that's grown is wasted, is thrown away?
which that's a lot.
Why do we have hunger in America if we're throwing away for different reasons all along the value chain or all along the food chain? If we're throwing away 40% of all the food, couldn't we feed more people? What if we could just throw away 20% of the food? I would think that hunger in America could go away. But we've got to do it locally. We can't just send everything from one state to all the rest. We've got to think of solutions in a different way. And this is the journey God put me on. It was beyond aquaponics and hydroponics and growing produce. It was also looking at the entire food chain. How can we better do it and have food justice? There's a lot of food injustice that's created because a lot of people don't have access to food. But even if they had access to food, and we've seen this in books, we've seen this in studies, our lives, the way our lives are structured. You have how many girls, Amito?
3.
You have 3 girls. And I'm sure the girls have different activities, right?
Yeah.
So because you and your wife have got to take them to different activities in different places, at the end of the day, you might not have time to all sit down and have dinner together. You might have to pick up fast food here and fast food there. And again, I'm not trying to bash fast food because it has its purpose too, but we need to eat better nutritiously dense food by sitting down and having meals together. But we can't because we feel, oh, my daughter here has got to go to ballet. We have the other one at soccer. We have the other one involved in plays. How do we do 3 things and there's only 2 of us? Mm-hmm. Someone's got to stay and do it. And I mean, 100 years ago, there weren't as many activities. I mean, so people would have the family dinner. People would have the family breakfasts. Lunch, that might be a little bit sketchy, but until we change what I call our society and how we operate in society, some people have commutes that are 50 to 60 miles because the city they work in is too expensive for them to live in. They cannot go home and cook a nutritiously dense diet every day because they're driving 2, 3, 4 hours and commuting. We've got to change that. It's always more than food, but aquaponics and hydroponics is a way that anyone can grow whatever space you have, a limited amount of food or a certain amount of food indoors, 12 months out of the year. You can grow every day because we all live in conditioned environments. Most of our houses don't get below 65 degrees in the winter. Most of our houses don't get above 80 degrees in the summer. Perfect for all crops all year round. That's what makes aquaponics and hydroponics great. You can do it all year round. And depending on how much space you have indoors, you can supply yourself with at least some of your diet, not all of your diet.